Video about the new release of our Netbox plugin. In this release, we fixed a couple bugs. We improved the support for Netbox 4.2 and 4.3, and we added a couple new features. So let's start with what we added. So we figured out that when you add a Netbox prefix, that there is a certain indent. So we added support for that. And also in this release, we added support that when we add an IP address to the system, that we can look up in the existing Netbox prefix list if there is a better subnet that matches than the one we come with. Because in certain scenarios, we don't know where the IP address belongs to, so then we add it as a /32. But now with this new release, you can actually look it up and correct it where needed. So let me show you how this works. So you see now we have no IPAM, no prefixes, nothing in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sync it from Slurp'it. This is a way that you can trigger the existing data in a quicker way. Normally it comes in automatically when the system runs, but now for the demo I will manually trigger it. And if I refresh it here, you will see now that the IP addresses are added as a /32, while it's actually part of this /24 subnet. This is because we don't know where it belongs from initially. We just get the data and we dump it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit. And I'm going to do the same with the prefixes. Accept. So now Netbox has the prefixes. So if new IP address space comes in, it should pop up here and say like, hey, we believe this IP address is part of this prefix. So if I run the sync again, and I click on refresh, then actually the IP addresses we added before the /32 now pop up as a /24. So it says like, hey, there is a change in your network. The IP addresses are now a /24. So we can, well, let's say we applied some kind of logic based on the existing prefixes to have all this IP information onboarded in a better way. So now we will autocorrect it and your IPAM becomes a bit more, yeah, I say like in control, like it's better. It's more like the actual state. So this is a feature we really like. Now there is another built-in feature in Netbox which we were not aware of, and for that I need a bit more prefixes. So I sent with this Postman tool a couple new prefixes to Netbox. Let's onboard them. And if we go here to the prefix section, you see that we can indent them now. So in the past we would just add them all as a list. There is a little button here that you can show or hide them. And in the past, everything looked like this, but we have now support for the depth indicators as well that you can have them lined out a little bit better like this. So now the IP addresses and the prefixes are in here, we can actually apply the same logic to the management IP of your devices. So I'm going to add two devices. Let's sync them first to make sure I have the last ones. Yeah. Click on onboard and apply. So normally by default, those management IPs were also added as a /32. But since we have the prefixes now in the system, you will see if that when you click on the management IP, if it loads, that it's now also a /24. If you want to correct existing data after you updated the plugin, the IPAM part will automatically be corrected in the reconcile. So you will see the diffs coming in. You can just approve them and it will auto-correct your IPAM. For onboarding the devices, you have to go here to the onboarded section. You can remove them. It will not remove them from Netbox. It will remove them only from the plugin. So let's do that actually. And if you click on sync here, it will get them again from Slurp'it. But instead of the tab new, they will come up in the tab conflict because they're already in Netbox. So the only thing it's doing now when we mark them all and we say like, hey, update the existing device, what it will do for you, it will update the management IP with the correct subnet, depending if you have the prefixes in the system. But what it will also do, what's new in this release, is that it will include the serial number, the OS version, and the SNMP uptime. The SNMP uptime is now just a raw dump from how we get it. Uh, in the next future releases, we will make this a bit more human readable as well. So we click on Update Existing Device. And if we go here now, you'll actually see that there is a serial number, there is the management IP, and there is some extra information added here as well. So that's it for this update. If you have a question or a nice feature request, please reach out to us and yeah, we can try to build it in for you.